very important that you implement these in order. You can watch them in any order you want, of course, but implement these in order. This is number 6 out of 16. So, number 6, avoid media that you do not control. So, we just talked about in number 5, cut negative interactions. So, cut people that are negative in your life. Well, there's so much media that are injecting all this negativity and all this stuff that's, even if it's not negative, it's just a distraction. Okay, so there's all this media everywhere you go. If you have the TV blaring all day, every day in your house, turn the thing off. Matter of fact, throw it out the window, get rid of it. Okay, being exposed to media. Facebook is a good example. Okay, you're scrolling through Facebook, you don't know what's going to pop up there. You don't know what's going to try to capture your mind from this second to the next. Have you ever been on Facebook and you're scrolling and looking through stuff, and all of a sudden you're like, dang, this time's gone. It's like a time warp, because what it does is it's constantly feeding your brain something new to look at, which releases a small amount of dopamine every time there's something that pops up that catches your attention. It may not even be interesting, but it gets your attention. Okay, and once you get your attention focused on something that's that pops up there, it's like this constant dopamine release, and you feel like you have to keep going and keep going and keep going. So this is not a positive thing. Anyway, I think it's a negative. At the very least, it's not a positive thing to be wasting your time on things that you have no control over. What's the point? You want to go in the direction that you want to go into, not with other people, other advertisers, or whatever the case may be. In which that's why YouTube is so successful, because you can search for a particular video that you want to watch in that moment. So in that exact moment, say it's 2 o'clock in the morning, or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever, you can watch on demand that particular video, pause it, come back to it later. It's all fully in your control. So a television where it's just broadcast TV, it's this constant, television. Let's say you even choose to watch a particular show. Well, you have to watch it at that exact time, unless you record it. And then, there's all these commercials popping up or whatever. You want to try to avoid things, any kind of media. It could be on your cell phone, it could be on your computer, it could be on the television, it could be just about anywhere, really, nowadays, that you don't have control over this media. So avoid it. If you don't have control over it, shut it out. Try to avoid it. I know it's near impossible to 100% avoid it, but try to at least avoid you could probably avoid 90% of it. I really don't. I'm not exposed to almost like none of that stuff. If I go and promote my other YouTube channel on Facebook, I go in there, promote it, I create the content, I put the content out there. I'm not sitting there consuming a bunch of content and trying to just dull my mind with some kind of pastime or whatever. So anyways, there's lots of media out there. There's way more than you could possibly consume in a lifetime. It's put out there every single day. So go ahead and cut it out, unless you're specifically looking for like say if you want to learn how the proper way to perform a particular exercise or whatever. You look for that specific thing, you watch it, and then you move on to anything else that you want to learn. It could be an intellectual thing, could be a financial thing, could be a physical thing. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, then you have control and you choose what you want to watch. And then that way you have more direction. You'll feel like you're in control, and you'll feel like you'll actually get more stuff done, because you won't be distracted by all this other crap that is basically hijacking your brain. It's like a hijack, and it's trying to get your attention and trying to pull you in this direction and that direction and that direction. And so you're never going to get anything done if you're pulled in a million directions, and you're not able to say, no, I'm not going to be pulled in all those directions. I'm going to choose what I want to do. I'm going to be in control of my life. This goes back to, take responsibility. You're going to grab a hold of it. You're going to control your environment. You're going to get out the negative people. This takes a level of commitment, which is number 2, that keeps escalating and escalating. So that's very important, to make sure that you have the right commitment level, because all these steps are hard, but imperative to actually improving yourself and also making a difference in other people's lives as you do it.